happy to welcome Mr. Faizal, who is going to be coming up with something completely innovative. And yes, it has already launched a soft launch. And Mr. Faizal, tell us something about the vision behind Tulah. It's $100 million project, from what we have heard. Tell us what's the vision behind it.
Yes, thank you, Parineeta and Global Spa. Really happy to speak to you. Tulah is a project. It is not a project. It is a place where we would like to transform guests, basically to find their true selves. Today in the crazy world of stress and speed, we thought, we need to create a space, a sanctuary, in fact, where people come there and just the stress level goes down with the nature.
Right.
With the nature. So that was my thought process, and this happened when I went to Oroville in 1983. I said one day when I make some money, I would like to create a space which is very, very unique. And this is a very unique place by itself because we are in God's own country, and we are in front of the Western Ghats. Or I'm sitting is in front of the Western Ghats, and it's very calming, and this place is got amazing energy, and this is what we have tried to do here. And Tulah is bringing all sciences together.
Right.
Our ancient sciences of India, starting with a spiritual healing, which is through Vedanta. So we have a full-time Vedanta master here, and that takes care of the spiritual side of it. Then we have yoga, and yoga is not the normal yoga. We have therapeutic yoga. For example, we have BK's Iyengar Yoga Studio, where we use a lot of props to make sure that your spine is aligned, and we teach you breathing after that, correct? So these are very therapeutic yoga spaces. Third is the Ayurveda. Kerala is well known for Ayurveda. Even now, 70% of the population still use the herbal medicines, mainly because of the plants which we get from the Western Ghats. And more of it is how we integrate it with the modern medicine, modern science.
Right. Right. So you do have modern medicine also as a part of the plan over there.
Yeah, it's all integrated. Normally how we do is very, very customized for each individual. Correct? Because the guests can't just come in and walk in here, unlike other. We have to go download our app. You need to tell us what are you looking for. Is it to reverse diseases, or is it to have a surgery here, or I wanted to use my spa for any reason. Correct.
Right.
We cover the entire spectrum of well-being, and once we call it pre-assessment form, our doctors will get online with you and help you to ask more questions in specific. Then we will create a journey for you, and that is where we do. And you have everything. You have most advanced diagnostics in Tulah, and these diagnostics are not available in any other hospitals in India, because everything is three-dimensional. For example, you can see your own arteries, you can see your own kidney, what is damages is created. So we are looking at everything to give knowledge to the guest to decide. Normally what we do is when you go to a hospital, the doctors decide for you.
Right.
When you take an MRI or a CT scan or a mammography, it's all in two-dimensional with black and white. Here, everything is three-dimensional. We work with Siemens, and we have really developed an AI technology, where every image is converted into 3 dimensions. So these are the uniqueness. I don't think anywhere else in the world is existing now.
Yes, I agree with you. I don't think I have not heard of something like this anywhere else. And it looks like it's completely a transformational journey that you're actually giving to clients.
Totally. Today, world is, especially the Western world, is looking the big time in longevity. But
right. Yes, longevity is the new buzzword everywhere.
A new buzzword everywhere, but people are talking without any deep science.
Correct. That's why I said buzzword. That is why it's a buzzword, but it needs to become, people need to understand more what it means.
Absolutely. And they're only looking at the physical side of human being. correct?
Right.
The major element of as a human being is spiritual and mental health and emotional stability, correct? And this is only we can offer that. We have 10,000 years of knowledge, on all these aspects. And that is where I realized that, this is a gift from India to the world, because the
Right.
world is desperately looking for people wanted to live longer, but they don't know how to live longer. If you really look back Ayurveda, in these published documents, they talk about 120 years is the lifespan
Right.
of a good, healthy person. Correct. So we have thought about it, 5,000 years ago. Correct. So now Tulah's main interest is to how do we bring it to the people's lives? Correct. How do you use this knowledge of Vedanta and yoga and Ayurveda along with the modern science? Because today
Right.
people will not accept anything without evidences.
Correct. Correct.
People will not accept anything without the research papers published, correct? And this is what we've been doing for the last 5 years. We created a solid formula which world can challenge anytime, especially being in India, and we are ready for that.
Yeah, and basically, you're right. They have to complement each other. Traditional and modern medicine, they have to complement each other. Only then it is going to be super successful. So,
Absolutely.
where does the term Tula come from?
Tula in Sanskrit means balance, and also in
Right.
Malayalam also is tulas, the old weighing machines, where
Correct.
the gold. And I think, ideally speaking, if you really look at it, the nature isn't well balanced, but human beings are not, because God has given us the power to reason it out, correct? So we have
Right.
and I think last 20, 30 years with the technology is coming to our life so much, we have lost the balance. And that is where we thought is the right app name, to Tula means to bring back the balance.
Yeah, that's right.
And we have amazing results, for the last 2 months, we've been functioning, and people are so happy. They go back and say, oh my God, I found myself here in Tula, correct? And this is something which, makes us happy and gives a fulfillment, correct? Because normally when you go to any wellness resort, you just feel happy when you're doing the massages.
Correct.
Nobody's really looking at your internal happiness, internal peace, but that needs a lot of these sciences to come together.
True. So, your philanthropic work and your deep connection to Calicut is something that has shaped your journey. So, it's your hometown. How do you see Tula coming to life in your own hometown?
I think that's an additional bonus point, I would say, because nothing like that coming back to your own roots. Because I left Calicut when I was 18, and I was
Okay.
for the world. And this makes me happy, proud, because I'm doing something for my own people, correct? And I think
Right.
Tula will actually transform the tourism in northern Kerala, because normally the main tourism goes to Cochin, and northern
Hmm.
Kerala is untouched. It's so beautiful.
Right.
The beautiful backwaters, beautiful mountains. Wayanad is like better than a Switzerland, but nobody is known about these places. I think Tula will be highlighting this part of Kerala, and
Nice.
will attract more tourists, especially the high-end tourists to the.
High-end tourists. Yes, exactly. It's going to be the high-end tourists. That's interesting. Yeah. So, are there any personal experiences on global wellness trends that have helped you build Tula?
It's my own health challenges is what
Mhm.
actually inspired me to build Tula. 2022, I was diagnosed with cervical myelopathy, and my nerves were compressed, and I was feeling numbness on my left hand and my 5 fingers. So I immediately went to Singapore with my wife. There's an amazing clinic there. We did all the investigation, and they say your spine is damaged and you need to go for a surgery. And I came
Oh,
back because I have my own hospital, Maitra. I consulted
right.
neurologists and neurosurgeons, and they also said yes, the eventual thing is surgery, but you have to be very careful and you have to stop many activities. And that's the
Okay.
time I went and consulted first time an Ayurveda place called Kottikollon, which is one of the
Okay.
very famous and old names
Yes.
in Ayurveda, and the owner of CEO of that place was Mr. P.K. Warrior. He had Padma Bhushan, he has many awards, and he was 99 when I met him. Correct.
Mm.
and he was as young as me, mentally. And when I asked him and I showed him the MRI, are there any solution for this? He said, of course, Faisal. This is not a big deal. We can regenerate your own dead cells in your
Wow.
spine. And I asked him, how do you do this? He said, you have to come here for 21 days. And we have a treatment called mamsaki. So what they do is goat meat with the rice and herbs and with milk. They cook it together and they apply on your neck. But I didn't want to do it there because I had this 30 acres of property which is close by. So I took an Ayurveda doctor and a small facility in Tulah. At that time, Tulah was not born, and did this 21-day program. And I went back to Singapore, did the second MRI, and the doctor was amazed,
Wow.
started to regenerate the nerves. So I think this what actually excited me. And along with that regeneration of the nerves, all my borderline diabetes and thyroid and uric acid, everything became normalized. Correct. Today, since 2022, I'm off all medications, zero medication.
Wow.
I used to take 5 medications till then for more than 10 years. And I said, oh my God, this knowledge is there. And how can I give it to the rest of the world? And that is how the Tulah journey is.
Wow. So, and you avoided the surgery. You didn't do the surgery then?
No, I completely recovered. I'm back in my 100% normality. I did 3 treatments of 21 days, so in 4 months, every dead cells are regenerated back. And today my spine is perfectly fine. I do all my activities. I do my Shasana again because I'd stopped Shasana for a long period of time. So I think this excited me. I said, oh my God. Then we took 100 people, 50 people went on modern medicine research, and 50% with the same diagnosis and disease profile. We did it through integrated healthcare, where we use modern medicine, Ayurveda, yoga, Tibetan medicine. And we found amazing results of reversing disease.
Wow.
So that we did in the last 2.5 years. And that is where the journey of Tulah, I was very confident that, the world will accept it and recognize it, because no way people can say that, hey, it doesn't work, because we have all the data with it.
Wow, that is so inspiring. I mean, this is very interesting information for our viewers to know that you can reverse with, complementary medicine, and it's great. It's really great. So,
Parineeta, it is not a complementary medicine, because this is what actually, we wanted to change. Today, the future of healthcare is integrative medicine. You need to take the best of all sciences together, create your own protocols. For example, how do you reverse diabetes? How do you reverse uric acid? How do you reverse thyroidism, whether it's hypo or hyper? So this is what we have done, and we have 3 patents, global patents, and we have developed our own, very interesting, Ayurveda bed. When I did this treatments on the wooden bed, wasn't very comfortable, or the experience wasn't so good. But now I invented this new bed with the shower on top.
Yes, I've heard rave reviews about that bed. That was also a question that I had, that I've heard rave reviews about this bed and that it's absolutely amazing.
It's going to change the way the Ayurveda is practiced for the last 5,000 years.
So tell us something about this bed.
So when I did the first treatment for 21 days, the treatment went very well. But normally, this bed is wood, very heavy, fixed height, so getting up and down was a challenge. And also when you do the swap analysis, the bacteria, the infection, our possibilities are higher, because the oil poured onto this wooden and wood cracks. So they get deposited in between these cracks. So when we did the test, it is not 100% hygiene, correct? So, I thought, oh, that is a problem. Second is, after you do the oil treatment, you need to get up, go to another toilet or another room to shower, where they do the powder and they apply the powder and somebody gives you a bath. I wasn't very comfortable with all this, correct? So that is where I went back to my home in Sharjah. I have my own spa there. I started thinking, how we can integrate this both bed and the shower together, and how we can make it hydraulically operated, and how do you actually take the oil back and pour it back into your body, correct? So this is 2.5 years of research. And today this bed is an amazing product. It is doesn't look like a bed. It's like a piece of art, correct? And
Wow.
so we wanted to really promote this worldwide and also to convert all the regular spas in the hotels to clinical spas. So people are
Correct.
just by the bed, and we can do Ayurveda treatments, we can do Shirodhara, we can do all wet therapies, we can do scrubs, we can do Moroccan bath, we can do Turkish hammam, all in this one bed, correct? And this is what actually going to change the way the spas have been now practiced, and we wanted to make it a clinical spas in the world, and that is why it's globally
So
big.
this bed is going to be available for spas across the world, across India to buy and use in their spas, right?
Absolutely, not only for the spas, also for the people who have 2 rooms in their homes, because I use it in my house, at least
Okay.
three times a week, and do many treatments, and that'll change your skin profile. Your skin is always fresh because skin is the largest organ, and because
Right.
the skin is fresh and skin is young, you look young. Everybody wants to look young.
Absolutely.
Correct. And I think that is what is going to be a game changer. So people, a CEO of a company onwards, entrepreneurs can come to us and say, hey, we like to have your bed in our home. We'll go and set it up for them.
Interesting. This is going to be quite a game changer. So may I ask what is the cost of this bed approximately?
Cost is, it is all, we have a factory now in Europe. It's made in
Hmm.
Europe because it's a global patent. We are looking at a worldwide sale, and it's very high tech with AI. It'll cost around 30 lakh rupees.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, for a spa or for even a person who has a spa at home, that's not really that big an amount. So
Yeah.
that's great. I think it's going to be quite a game changer.
Correct. Because for the health is like the biggest luxury for any mankind can think of. Correct. Today,
Yeah, we are promoting the fact that wellness is the new luxury. I mean,
absolutely.
for us, it is the most important thing. And as a magazine, we've been telling everybody that nothing else is luxury except your own wellness and health. And yeah, it's working. People are actually understanding what we are talking about, and that's good. So
Especially,
tell me,
after COVID, the awareness has also been high now.
huge, huge. Even people when they're traveling, I've realized that they want to do a wellness holiday. They want some form of wellness in their itinerary always, which is really good.
We're
So
also coming with the wellness marriages, because normally people,
that is interesting. Yes,
yeah, yeah, people go for destination weddings and too much of alcohol and party. And we say, no, no, you're getting married, you need to do all kinds of tests, get fitter,
yeah,
so there are a lot of possibilities in wellness because a huge industry.
absolutely. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. So, you have always sought ways to be sustainable. And how does Tula reflect your lifelong commitment to sustainability?
So, there is a certification called Well certification. Today, people talk about LEED Platinum, LEED Gold. We said, no, 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 that is mainly for the construction buildings, correct?
Mm,
What
mm,
does wellness means? That space itself make you feel well, correct?
mm.
When you go into your room or a spa, the design should make you feel well, correct?
Correct.
So, for example, in Tulah, you will never see a sharp corners. The entire building is all flowing architecture, we call it. There's a famous architect called Zaha Hadid, who's inspired the world. She's no more now. And the architect is from Iraq, and he was a big follower of Zaha Hadid designs. And the buildings are flowing architecture. So you feel
Mm,
when you walk inside Tula, you feel, oh my God, I'm feeling good. Correct. I mean, I feel,
right.
and also we have trees inside the building, and so the whole thing was we have a 2 8-year-old trees, big trees called rain tree, and the entire
Mm,
is wrapped around those 2 big trees. Correct. So people can feel the green inside. They can go to the 2 big courtyards. So all the consultations doesn't happen in the rooms. It happens
mm.
in this courtyard, happens in 25 acres of gardens.
Wow.
Yeah, so because especially when emotional well-being, people don't open up in a one room, correct? You need to really feel confident and trust a doctor or a therapist, then only people will talk about their issues. Correct? So we really learned psychology, so we had a psychologist with us who studied, all these aspects. And that is how the sustainability angle come in. We generate our own water, own power, and own food here. Correct? And there's no air conditioning. It's all water cooled buildings. Again, is my own invention here, because air conditioning air, which is gas, which emits gas, also cause your cellular level malfunctions. The cells get disturbed. So everything here is sustainable. You get the fully organic food, farm to table. You come into the room, you're like outside the nature because there's no air conditioning over here. And unless and until you come here and experience it, is very difficult for audience to even think of. Correct? Because that's why it's more than $100 million now. We spend around 120 million US dollars because we wanted this to be the benchmark in wellness. Correct?
Right.
Yeah, we wanted to be. This is like a brand like Hermes or a Cartier. Correct? And today we think, with the knowledge what India has and what we developed out of that, this can put Tulah in the global map.
Yeah. So, like you said, you are setting benchmarks in wellness. So, tell me, what are some of the firsts that Tulah has done?
So, when you come here, when you do all these tests before you come in, because all the genome and microbiome kits were sent to you after the first consultation online, and it goes to our lab and we sequence everything. So we know your constitution before you come, and we'll also ask you to upload all your blood work what you have done before, all your scans, so that our multidisciplinary team evaluate everything in 10 days time. So we know exactly what you know and what more you don't know. Correct?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Because we can predict many of your diseases which are going to happen in your life. And that is what uniqueness. Correct? Today, you go to a resort, wellness resort is basically, you do few tests, or probably very few are doing the test itself. It's more of a massage, feel good factor, happy factor, you have when you're there. But when you go back to your own lifestyle. Correct?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
The tech we developed here, Tulah Tech, which is the most advanced tech in healthcare and wellness, will allow you to continue the journey after you leave Tulah. Correct?
Okay. That is amazing. Yeah.
And in 24 hours, you will get a score of your health, Tulah Life Index. Correct?
Okay.
And these are the 7 parameters we developed. Again, we got the global patent in 181 countries now. It's our own algorithm through protocols. Will tell you where does your heart health stand, where is your inflammation stand, what stages in your gut health. All these individual scores come together and give you an overall summary of the score, so that you know exactly from 60, how do I take it to 70?
Right.
70,
Exactly.
how do I take it to 80? And this is what uniqueness, and you can download our app, and whatever protocols made for you, whether it's a food or fitness or treatments, you can download everything when you go back, and you can continue the journey. And that way, we are trying to create a community around the world, Tulah community. We call it Tulah tribes. And this is happening as we speak.
Wow, that is so amazing. So I hear you have the largest pool in Asia.
Yes. Our filtered pool, it's like a lake. It's not even a pool, because there's so many activities. On one side is 60 meters by 42 meters, where you can do kayaking, you can do paddleboard, you can play water volleyball inside, you can do underwater yoga. On the other side, 40 meters is for therapies, so group exercises, group fitnesses in the water. So it's our energy center for the whole property, and its total is 102 meters by 42 meters, and it is the largest filtered pool in Asia.
Wow. So, of course, understanding human complexity is not easy. So your doctors obviously have to be quite, understanding how the human mind works. So tell us something about your doctors, your practitioners at Tulah.
So because we have Maitra Hospital, which is I built in 2017 with the help of Cleveland Clinic physicians, is one of the most advanced hospital in India today. We do all transplants, heart, lung, liver, pancreas, kidney. So we have around 280 doctors in our network, our own doctors, correct?
Okay.
Plus, we have Ayurveda doctors, we have Tibetan medicine doctors, we have sports scientists with us. So all these are knowledge, and this knowledge is coming today. This knowledge I've been developing since 2012, correct?
Okay.
And this is our main strength, so that you have everybody in the Tulah network, correct? So if you find that your heart is having a problem, we have cardiologists and cardiothoracic surgeons.
Right.
If your brain has got issue, we have neurologists and neurosurgeons, correct? So everybody work together, then we'll fix your problem.
Okay, interesting. So tell me, if someone were to check into Tulah, what would the typical day look like?
Oh, it's very interesting day here. Since we start with the day with Vedanta classes, we also motivate people to wake up before sunrise, because sun is the source of the energy, correct? Everything is from the sun. And we have a huge track, walking and cycling track and running track, around 3.5 kilometers, correct? The entire thing is, also in the mornings, we encourage people to barefoot walking, because we have gardens there, so that we wanted to connect with the earth, basically to really, get grounded. The problem is all the high net worth people, they have a different life outside, but we want this place, they need to find their true self, correct? Find their true self. We need to go with the nature. We need to be part of the nature. So that is from 6 to 8, it is that. You come out, do walking, you go to the pool, you can do kayaking, swimming, underwater yoga, so that your energy, you're charged up, when you're going for the breakfast. And we have 3 amazing restaurants here, all healthy but tasty food.
Is it totally vegetarian, by the way? Is it completely vegetarian?
Not at all. No, we don't compromise on food, because food is everything, correct? What our encouragement is, you burn more, you eat well, correct? So that is why all these activities are, so that here you burn, correct? Because the atmosphere is such a way, and we have guidance, teachers to guide you. Even we have walking specialists, it'll help you to walk. If you want to run, we have running experts, correct? So we have kayaking experts. So everywhere we have experts over here to encourage you to move, because movement is very important.
Absolutely, yeah.
So when you start moving, you burn calories, your mind is, oxygenated, your brain is oxygenated fully, you feel good. So you start your day with that, then you go for your therapies as advised by our doctors. So from 11 till 4 o'clock, you're busy with all your treatments, whether it's your medical, whether it's your spa, all that you finish it. And evening again, you are in the nature again. And then you have dinner and you go to sleep. So we encourage people to go to sleep at 10.
I assume there's no alcohol.
Not at all. Here you are transforming yourself, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Alcohol.
Exactly. So what is your personal favorite at Tulah?
My sonarium. So we have built the world's largest sound sonarium, inspired by Matri Mandir of Auroville. And there is a very unique space, uniquely developed. We have 14 beds, but 2 of them are hydraulically operated bed. And we have gongs around this 22-meter dome, and therapists play this frequency of sound. And the bed is hydraulically operated, and also we have vibroacoustic speakers. So through different frequency of the sound, we release the nitric oxide from the brain to your cells. In 30 to 40 minutes, you basically become calm, correct? So when you become calm, then you are able to receive information. You receive advices. Today, otherwise, people are running, total, the mind is like a monkey, we say. It's all over the place. So unless and until we bring the mind to the present mode, and that's what happens in the sonarium. it's a very unique space in the world, which is the largest sonarium in the world. And then we get to know that person better.
Right. So the luxury wellness industry, as we all know, is evolving. So where do you see Tula in the global wellness landscape, say 5 years from now?
As of now, there's nothing exists. The concept doesn't exist anywhere because, and I don't think, today, if you really look at it, all the best resorts, wellness resorts are in Austria or in Germany or in Italy or in Switzerland, correct? And few in America. But they only have the modern knowledge, correct? So India, we have Ananda and Vana. Again, it is to do with more of Ayurveda and Tibetan medicine. But nobody has really taken all the sciences and research, and we are the only one because I've been to every center in the world, and I think Tulah will spread across the world, and we have a concept called Tulah longevity centers coming up. The first one coming up in Dubai, which will be operational in 6 months' time, and the second one is going to be in Tokyo, and in London, third one. So this is what the plan for the next 12 months is. That will expand to various cities across India as well as abroad.
Wow, that sounds really amazing. I think you're going to put India back on the wellness map. That's obvious with Tula. And
That's a plan. That's a plan. And Parineeta, I think it's high time. We need to do something from India to the world. Correct? We always wanted to copy from the West and follow the West. But I think with Tula we can do the reverse because this knowledge is existing for 10,000 years in our country.
I totally agree with you. I think this is going to be a game changer, and we are so proud of you for bringing it to India. And just one last question. Do you plan to do these kind of big sanctuaries anywhere else in the world? You said you will have Tula longevity centers, but they're obviously the smaller ones. But is there a vision for another country?
Yeah, we are working already, one in Oman now and one in Abu Dhabi, so.
Okay. And it's going to be this same scale.
Yeah, the royals were here, and the problem is now, when the affluent people come in, they say we want same thing like in our country, correct? But
yes,
it's not very easy to replicate everything what we have in India because especially in the Middle East, the nature is a problem. They have beautiful sand, but the rich nature of Kerala cannot be replicated. So we are very selective. Oman is good. We are looking at Salala. The Salala is more like Kerala, and it's in the design stage, but eventually we will have one in Europe and one in North America.
Wow, it looks like a lot of work on your plate. So thank you, Mr. Faisal. I'm amazed, and I'm sure our viewers will also be totally amazed at what is going to unfurl very soon. And thank you for speaking to us. It's been very, very interesting and very, very informative.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you soon.